In a small village and nestled between rolling green hills, there lived an old man named Elias. He was known not for wealth nor for strength, but for his words every morning. He would sit beneath the great oak tree in the village square, telling stories to those who cared to listen. Some laughed at him. What good are words, they would say. Words don't plow the fields or fill our bellies, but Elias simply smiled one day. A young boy named Leo approached him, his face shadowed with worry. "Grandfather Elias," he said, "my father is angry with me. He says I am useless because I cannot lift heavy loads like my brothers." Elias looked at the boy kindly. "Let me tell you a story." He leaned in, his voice soft but firm. Once there was a tiny sparrow who wanted to fly across the ocean. The other birds laughed at him. "Your wings are too small," they mocked. But the sparrow did not listen. He flapped his wings a little each day until one day he soared over the endless blue. Leo's eyes brightened. "So if I keep trying, I can prove my worth." Elias nodded, not just with strength, but with wisdom. Find what you love, and your words will shape your world. Leo ran home his heart. Lighter days passed than weeks. Elias continued his storytelling, weaving lessons into each tale. Some still dismissed him, but others listened like a merchant on the brink of closing his shop, inspired by Elias's words to keep going, or a quarreling couple who found peace after hearing a story about patience. But one day the king's soldiers stormed into the village by order of the king. They announced, "Taxes are rising. Those who cannot pay will lose their homes." Fear spread like wildfire. People panicked, some planned to flee, others wept. Elias stood tapping his cane on the cobbled ground. "Take me to the king," the villagers gasped. The king listens to no one, but Elias only smiled. The journey was long, but when Elias finally stood before the king, he bowed and said, "Your Majesty, may I tell you a story?" The king, amused, nodded. Elias spoke of a foolish ruler from long ago who taxed his people so harshly that they abandoned the land. The kingdom crumbled, and the ruler was left with nothing. But Elias concluded, "A wise king listens and his people thrive." The hall was silent. Then the king chuckled. "You are clever, old man." He turned to his advisors. "Lower the taxes. A kingdom without people is no kingdom at all." When Elias returned, the village erupted in cheers. "How did you do it?" they asked. Elias smiled. "Because words," he said, "have power." And from that day forward, the villagers no longer mocked him. Instead, they sat under the great oak tree, eager to listen.